Hello Redhawks, welcome back to the CVU Show. The University of Vermont is inviting students to attend a healthcare career fair. If you're interested or wondering about a career in healthcare, you should attend. The fair is on Wednesday, April 15th. The group will depart CVU at 1 p.m. and return by 3 p.m. For more information or to sign up, please contact Hannah Carey or swing by the Nexus Room in room 20. Next up, we have an interview with the founder of Her Education Required, which is a student-led C3 trying to get women's history and rights required in the curriculum.
Thanks, Dylan. Here we're sitting with Amelie, who started the Her Education Required Club. Could you tell us a little bit about your club and what you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, Her Education Required, we're trying to get women's history required in the curriculum as it's not formally taught. And when surveyed, 50% of students had never learned about women's history from CVU and didn't know basic things like what a suffragist was.
Yeah. What steps have you been taking to try and get it required in the curriculum?
We held an event at the Pearson Library. We're holding another one here at CVU on April 16th from 4:30 to 6:37ish. We've met with a lot of we've met with the superintendent, teachers, other students. We recently opened up another location another club at South Burlington High School, and we're trying to start one at Winooski right now. And the hope is just to bring this kind of statewide issue to the attention of the superintendents and administrators, but also the legislators and senators.
Yes. Why do you think it's so important for kids our age to learn about women's history?
I think myself, I had an experience at an election or at a discussion following the election in which I really struggled to defend my own opinion because I had no knowledge around women's history. I think women's rights are very relevant to today and are a huge topic of discussion in the news, and if we don't give students a baseline factual understanding, then all of their knowledge and all of the things that they might say in conversation are entirely based off of the media and hearsay and opinion.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Is there anything students and teachers at CVU can do to support you and your club?
Definitely. Teachers, everyone can email us, reach us at hereducationrequired@gmail.com. Our website is hereducation.org. Signing the petition is a great first step. Coming to our event for all teachers and students would be absolutely amazing. Again, it's April 16th from 4:30 to 6:37ish. For teachers, emailing the superintendents of the different districts, the senators and legislators is always a really great place to start. If you just send a quick email to our club, we can forward it to the right people. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and students are welcome to join our club any day. It's Wednesdays in room 134, C3.
Thank you so much for telling us more about your club.
Yeah.
Wow, they have been doing some impressive stuff. The New American Outreach Club is holding a drive to support our local immigrant families. We're collecting non-perishable food items and gift cards to local grocery stores. Donations can be dropped off in the Direction Center or the main office. They thank you for your support. Now over to Dayu with your Red Hawks sports update.
What's up, Red Hawks? It's today Mercy back with the weekly sport report. This week, baseball, unlimited frisbee, lacrosse, softball, and tennis all have tryout. The only spring sport without tryout is track and field. The varsity baseball team has its first game on Thursday, April 9th against the Hanover High School in Northwich at 4:30 p.m. The girls varsity softball team has its first game on Tuesday, April 14th against U32 Seniors High School at 4:30 p.m. The varsity lacrosse team first game is on Saturday, April 4th against Glenfels High School. Good luck, Red Hawks, on tryout and games. Back to you, Dalen.
Thanks, Dayu, and good luck out there, Hawks. Up next, we have an interview with the Red Hawks radio creators Mark Pogat and Gary Lambert, followed by this week's student question: what music are you currently listening to?
Did you know that CVU has a full-time radio station? Red Hawk Radio is on the air. Today with me are the two creators of Red Hawk Radio, Gary Lambert and Mr. Pogat. Welcome to the CVU Show. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do here at CVU?
Thank you. You want me to start? I'm Mark Pogat. I teach math in the Nichols Corps in the 9th grade.
And I'm Gary Lambert. I teach the media courses and run the media center.
All right, thank you. How did you guys both get interested into radio and things of that matter?
For me, I was lucky enough to have a high school radio station. The high school that I grew up in had their own radio station. It was a real radio station with broadcast, antenna, the whole thing. And I got into that as a class, did that for 2 years, really enjoyed it. Then I did some radio in college, just for fun, once a week kind of thing, not for credit or anything like that. And I always thought to myself that, boy, I'd really like to bring back that experience that I had in high school with some sort of radio station. And, and I had thought about it for years. I knew this guy through a different life, and we had talked about it, and finally we were able to put something together for a RISE course last year. But rather than broadcast, it's on the radio. It's on the internet, through the internet.
Yeah, and I sort of did some of the same things. I did radio news when I was in college at the broadcast station, and have always sort of had an interest in radio. When I was working with my friend Scott Campitelli at the Media Factory, then it was RATN, we were working behind the scenes to create the low-power radio station that is at the Media Factory. So we were on the committees and working on trying to get the frequency. That's a real broadcast station. So I was working behind the scenes, and Scott, when he retired, he did a show on the radio station, and he kept saying, "Come on, Gary, you got to do your show, you got to do your show." Unfortunately, he passed away from cancer, and before he passed away, I promised him that I would do a radio show. Which I've never been able to get to the radio station to do. So I kind of feel like, as much as I've always wanted to have a radio station here at CVU, I'm also sort of fulfilling a little bit of that promise that I made to him.
All right, thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do at Red Hawk Radio?
This won't take long. I do very, very little when it comes to Red Hawk Radio. I talk to Gary about all our wishes and dreams, and then he just kind of makes all that magic happen. I do have a C3 that is for Red Hawk Radio. It's on Tuesdays, and I try to get students involved as much as we can. After doing the RISE course last end of the school year last year, I've uploaded some music. I've talked to the folks that we're doing the software through, things like that. I've kind of done some of the structure and the setup, and then Gary has really with it on the technical side, if you want to talk about that.
So I've been programming it. It has programming now 24/7. It has a variety of different music. So in the fall, I was spending a lot of time just ripping CDs and getting the music up on the station. So now we do have a set sort of schedule right now, and we're playing classic rock. We have a couple blocks of just Vermont artists, people who are from Vermont or have a connection to Vermont who are recording artists. And we run the Billboard top 50 songs a couple times a day as well. Yeah. And so what I've been doing is making sure that that programming is there, making sure the station is running every day, and that we don't have weird gaps in our programming.
The other thing that he's not talking about too is that any sort of recordings that we do with student voice, where they're doing promos and things like that, he is grabbed the recordings of that raw and then made them into promos, putting music behind it, splicing them, editing them, and putting them up on the station as well. And that's a lot of the work that we're hoping students will start doing and be interested in and building towards. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's really important. We're working towards trying to get student involvement and student voice. It's really important to both of us that this is a student station. And I know we're just getting it sort of off the ground, but we're recording our IDs with students, and hopefully we'll get some students involved with doing some actual programs. so that we can get more student voice on the air through the station.
Yeah.
Can you tell me where folks can find Red Hawks Radio?
Yeah, if folks would download the Live 360 app off of either Google or Apple apps, you then can search for Red Hawks Radio, add it to your favorites, and you can listen to it through your phone or other devices that can download that app.
Yeah, so I play it on the weekend through my Alexa. You just ask Alexa to play Live 365 and ask it to find Red Hawks Radio, and you can actually listen to the station through your device. I also listen to it often when I'm coming into school in my car through the app on my phone. As long as you have a connection with your phone, you can listen to it with the app as well.
And then you can listen to it on a computer as well, and you can go to any of the previous celebrations that are sent out. It's on there. We should have it up on the website pretty soon. And again, you can go to Live 365 app and do it through there on the computer.
I've been listening to a lot of Fiona Apple because her music really helps me work through my emotions.
Prayers by NBA Youngboy because it gets me going.
I've been listening to a lot of Paul Simon recently.
2022 by Taylor Swift.
I've been listening to a lot of Zach Bryan, like his new album and stuff. Also been listening to a little Travis Scott just to throw it back a little bit.
I'm listening to Olivia Dean right now.
I'm listening to Zach Bryan's new album, With Heaven on Top.
I usually listen to R&B. I like a little bit of Drake, a little bit of Frank Ocean, and I like listening to it because it calms me down a lot. It's my stress relief.
Music I'm listening to right now is like 2000s pop because I can like really dance to it.
Alternative Outro by Lucky, and because he's good.
I've been listening to Bad Fish by Sublime. I just like the vibe of it.
I've been listening to a lot of Triumph because I'm going to see them in May. I've been listening to the new Grace Under Pressure remaster from Rush, and I've been listening to a lot of Steven Wilson.
This weekend I talked to Russ Acito, who's a big Rush fan, so I picked up a little bit of old Rush albums. I also did some of the Doors. There you go. I snuck in some Michael Franti, and I'm always a big Fish guy.
I've been listening to a lot of Mount Joy, and I've been listening to it because I'm trying to learn how to play it on guitar.
Currently listening to Legion by Too Slimy, because I think it's really good.
I've been listening to In Case I Make It by Will Wood, one of my favorite albums.
I've been listening to Morgan Wallen and Olivia Dean because they're really good.
I've been listening to a lot of Chris Stapleton lately because I just like the vibes.
Recently I've been listening to the Cocteau Twins because I love how they sound. They have a very unique sound even though you can't really hear what they're saying.
I like to listen to a lot of classical music like Beethoven because it's very historical.
A lot of music by an artist named Malcolm Todd, and I'm not sure why, I just find it good.
What I am listening to now is a lot of songs by a guy named Sturgill Simpson because it is pretty exciting and gets me awake for my big day at school.
We've been listening to Squidward Knows.
It makes us feel happy and passionate.
Right now I've been listening to a lot of Role Model. I really like the lyrics he sings and just the tune of it.
I've been listening to Don Toliver.
I've been listening to A Boogie.
It's exciting that CVU has our own radio station. Please tune in. The Spring Fling 9th and 10th grade dance has been moved to Friday, May 8th. Tickets will be on sale for $10 in house offices after break, so make sure you get one if you're planning on going. Now, over to Mark for our weather update.
Hello, everyone. I am Mark Rochus, and I will be your weatherman today. We have the following CVU weather. On Saturday, there is a big risk of clouds coming to your local sky. The temperature is going to be 47 to 54 degrees. On Sunday, better get your umbrellas because there will be rain soon. The temperature is going to be 35 to 52 degrees. On Monday, it will be partly cloudy again. So we will have to keep waiting for the sun. The temperature is going to be 32 to 45 degrees. On Tuesday, Mother Nature will keep us looking for the sunny days. because it will be partly cloudy again. The temperature is going to be 33 to 48 degrees. On Wednesday, guess what? Partly cloudy again. And the temperature will be 34 to 46 degrees. On Thursday, man, how many partly cloudy days are going to have to be today? Another one today. Anyways, the temperature is going to be 40 to 53 degrees. And on Friday, it's going to be the last day of the partly cloudy days. And the temperature is going to get warmer at 45 to 62 degrees. And that is the weather for the week. This is Mark coming to you from the CVU weather team. See you next time.
Last week, on March 24th, CVU halls were transformed into a vibrant gallery of student learning, innovation, and inspiration for Celebrate the Arts Night, which was a great chance for students and their families to see artwork from all over the district and watch some live performances. During the evening, there were musical performances in the theater and cafeteria, including CVU High School Band, Chamber Music Ensemble, Modern Band, Jazz Band, Wilson Central School Baritones, and Shelburne Community School Chorus. The CVU dance team performed, and CVU acting students and cast members of the CVU Fall musical Into the Woods showcased their talent. It was a well-attended event, and we're looking forward to it next year. Speaking of live performances, the senior-directed one-act plays are coming up on April 10th and 11th at 7 p.m. and April 12th at 1 p.m. Tickets are $10 for adults and $7 for students. The plays being performed are Romeo and Juliet and the complete works of Shakespeare. Good luck to all participants. You'll do great. Students, if you're interested in working at the CVU Summer Camp, visit cvusummercamp.cvuhs.org/apply to learn more. Did you know that the red-tailed hawk's eyesight is 8 times sharper than that of humans? In flight, they can spy a mouse on the ground from 100 feet up in the air. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.